Good evening, everybody out there in Radio Land. Welcome back to another evening with the Coffee Baron. I'll bet you were expecting jazz music. Not tonight. No, not tonight at all. Tonight's not a night for calm, quiet relaxation. Tonight is a night to go back to a simpler time when the only thing that man had to worry about was machine. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get this thing popped up here. Tonight, you are going to be enjoying a little bit of Terminator Resistance, which is one of my pet favorite games of the last few years. I just thought I'd pull it up as something a little bit, maybe not necessarily unique. It's a little derivative in some ways here and there, but it's not something that I see people playing all that often. Not necessarily on Twitch, but just like it's something that I talk about with friends, and people just haven't heard of it, or occasionally they'll give me the, wasn't there that one Civi video about it or something? But anyways, actually streaming a video game is brand new to me conceptually, so please let me know how the levels are with regards to my voice versus the game. And if I need to change them, I absolutely will. Double check and make sure I have everything set up correctly. That looks okay. Gotta turn down the music just a bit because it is sometimes makes it a little bit difficult to hear myself talking. Terminator vs. Predator might be a good game. Holy shit, yeah, that would. I would enjoy that. I'd love to see what these guys, what is it, Teon Interactive is the company that made this. They're coming out with a RoboCop video game sometime soon, and it looks like a banger. Purge the infidels in the Emperor's name. I'm sorry, man, you've got the wrong robots. Here there are no emperors, there are no gods, there are no kings. There is only man and the machine. Okay, that all looks fine to me. You know what, some of these settings are new. Yeah, let's see how that goes. I might turn it back on. Teon has actually done quite a good job updating this thing with a bunch of free elements over time, both with some rebalancing, some new options in the options menu, which was actually quite nice. They added more graphics options and more just little options like what you saw me screwing with, and they also added a free Infiltrator mode, and then the Annihilation Line campaign is a full DLC that's like 2/3, I would say, or half to 2/3 of the length of the main campaign. But man, it rolls. It really does. And even if you haven't played, or if you've played through the core game, the Annihilation Line is kind of just like one tick bit higher. They took all the lessons that they learned and then applied them, so I will be going through that eventually once I get there. Oh yeah, the rewrite. Let me see here. What have I missed in the chat? The Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I haven't actually seen anything about it, outside of the fact that Dave Oshry mentioned that he he almost picked them up or almost published them at some point in the past, or they asked him to. So anything that Dave Oshry talks about positively, honestly, I'm willing to give a shot at this point. Yeah, the rewrite. I will definitely get to that. I have been a little bit out from the BPL for the last couple of, weeks, honestly, but last couple of days because I just moved my entire computer and desk setup from my little office space that I had out to an area by my kitchen, and I had to, I basically just built my own desk out of spare parts I had laying around from other desks that I ripped apart, and then custom cut some MDF and fence post parts to actually make it work. Oh, did I just hear a fart? I heard a fart. I heard a subscription fart. MB Thunderbolt, thank you for subscribing. MB Thunderbolt, no, you didn't miss anything. I'm just starting right now. Here we go. New main campaign. Yeah, fuck those saves, I don't need it. I have played this game and the main campaign and the other ones several times, so I'm going to start with Extreme. Big reason for that is this right here. Your ammo is relatively limited. And the experience point rewards are reduced, but frankly, that's Something that's worth knowing if you ever actually play this game. Oh, I just heard another one. Dopescone just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Oh, thank you so much for 5 months. I have no idea what that actually entails, but I know that it's a good thing, and it's something that you've done for our channel. So, whatever it wound up being, thank you so much for giving it. Anyways, if you ever happen to play this game, do know that there is a level cap, and if you're being relatively thorough, even on the extreme difficulty, you will very likely hit the level cap by the time that you get to the last few missions. And because of that, there's a couple of perks that are traps, and I'll get into that later on. But before I start this, let me check the chat again. Oh, you're into woodworking. I'm into quite a few different things. Hobby-wise, it's one of those sort of things that, like, almost any time that I go, you know what, I need this thing that would be really neat, and then I go look online, and if it's ever over a couple $100, I just go, can I build that instead? So I'm not super into, like, super complicated woodworking and carpentry, but I am into at least the basics of, like, oh, I need a coffee table. I'm just going to build a coffee table that is exactly what I want because I have the tools. It's my family were construction workers and race car racers back like 3 generations, so everybody has kind of slowly gathered power tools and everything from jobs and from so on and so forth. So I already have access to skill saw, sawzall, table saw, chop saw, everything like that, just whenever I need to. I made the mistake of buying the Sam Adams full variety pack. It has the pumpkin ale, as I'm not the one wanting to waste beer. I'm chugging away as I watch the stream. Well, you're in for a treat, I think. This is not a bad game to be chugging some beer with. My nightcap this evening, because I had a very long day, and that was the reason why I didn't get here, was because I was working almost until my normal streaming time, so I started about an hour late. I have 1 shot espresso with 1 pump of chocolate in it, so I'm nice and happy with that. Let me just give you a little there it is. MB Thunderbolt. Twitch Prime gives you 1 free sub per month. It costs $15 a month, but it's linked to Amazon Prime. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for donating, well, that much of your own money, even if I don't know if that money goes to us or not, but the fact that you paid that to sub to us for that much, that is appreciated. Currently rebuilding a utility trailer. Ooh, neat. A meat saw? I do not have a meat saw yet. I would love to have a deli thing at some point. Like one of those little deli chopper things, so I could take take steaks and chop them really, really thin so I could do gyudon real easy. Oh my gosh, I'm not even playing anything and I'm getting a lot of farts tonight. Baldy Borka, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Oh, no, yeah, MB Thunderbolt, I was just saying that you're the one that explained it to me. Let's get going. Enjoy this intro.
On August 29th, 1997, Skynet, a computer system built to protect us, became self-aware.
Ah, yes, the near future of 97.
It viewed humanity as a threat to its existence, and decided to act. Judgment Day, as we eventually called it, marked the beginning of the war against the machines. Skynet attacks happened almost daily, but the attack that happened on that day was like nothing we'd seen before.
Yeah, no, it kind of does have the vibe of a Skyrim mod at times.
Come on. Where are the others?
Although you look at that facial detail, and yeah, Bethesda wishes they had that on Skyrim.
I don't know. Ah! No! No!
Ah, God, the 3D modeling on the endoskeleton Terminators is just... oh, chef's kiss. As always, let me know how my sound levels are and if you guys need me to adjust anything. And here we go. Time to move. Welcome to the future war, everybody. The Resistance needs you. all of this to me is the money shot of this game. One of my favorite games when I was a kid and I had first gotten a laptop was Terminator, Skynet, and Future Shock. And this game, as a spiritual successor to both of those, just bleeds the future war atmosphere so well.
Are you okay? Talk to me. I am. Who are you? It doesn't matter. Right now, you need to find a way to get out of there.
Lead pipe. You never know when you're gonna need to bash something. Medkit 1. Trade resources. Cigarettes. Booze. What we got here? Water bottle. Oh, where is my... Oh, I have those already. Oh. What was the tea? There we go. I swear, I know how to play this game. Water bottle, or beer bottle, whatever it is.
HK aerial flying by. Don't let it see you.
Oh, howdy, Thunderclap Sasquatch. Welcome back to the party.
All right, I left something ahead for you, so keep moving.
Ultravision goggles. Yes, indeed. You do have Terminator vision. Okay, so real... Beerski, okay, so real talk. Who's personally seen, let alone held, an actual lead pipe? You know? That is a good question. I may have seen some just when I was, like, when I'm younger, when my dad was doing demo projects or doing some remodeling and things for work. Maybe, but... yeah, that's a good question. I'm sure that there's plenty of it, just depends on what city you're in. This is supposed to take place in LA and Pasadena, so I'm sure that all of these buildings are just fucking riddled with old school lead pipe and similar things. The battle is joined, metal against machine, more or less.
Stop.
Sometimes it's prudent not to fight, though. Depending on the perks you take throughout the entire game, Terminators tend to stay an extremely dangerous foe, so the stealth actually is somewhat important, even if it's only for the sake of choosing when you're going to engage them. I know the lead pipe isn't exactly resilient. No, but at least it'll deliver a nasty knockdown blow. If you do, wash your hands afterwards. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, baby. 1911. I don't... Does this count as a world war? I guess so, so that makes this 3 world wars. More than likely. HK-47 is the best murder robot. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Terminators are frankly kind of stupid, which I actually do like that in this game they kind of leaned into that with the, like, their pathing and their AI kind of reflects that, but it's really not too far off from everything that you see them do in the movies. When you really get down to it, Skynet wasn't really all that intelligent of an intelligence, and the main goal of the Terminators was just to make detection indicator. Yep, that's just your stealth indicator. But yeah, most all of the Terminators are supposed to be like mass-produced extremely rapidly so that Skyrim could create. In this game, they address that it's called the Annihilation Line, where there's literally just a line all the way up from south coast to north coast, or, you know, as far as Skyrim stretches, that is just machines just walking forward slowly and burning everything in their path. So let's see. Once hoarded around a loaded 100 lead metal pipes under my bed once. Why? What for? Okay. Get the head. Oh, come on. There we go. Come on, little guys. conceptually, I actually really enjoyed this as an element of the pseudo Fallout style crafting loop. I appreciate the fact that there's a lot of random objects that are trade resources that are, you know, cigarettes, soap, deodorant, beer, alcohol, water, food, canned food, and whatnot. But you don't pick it up and then have to sell it later on. The stuff that's essentially junk that is assumed to be useful to people that are not you, like non-combat items, they just automatically turn into money. And I get that in the new Fallout 4, they went for the whole everything's a crafting item, but still, it cuts down on a lot of the bullshit,
Hello?
I think. Let's see. I'll get to chat in just a second. Here we go.
We can't do this right now, kiddo.
I don't want to go with you.
No, you don't, but we can't stay here. Who's there? Oh, thank God. You're from the Resistance. See, Patrick? He's going to help us.
No, they're going to get us.
Please, you need to help me. My little brother, he just won't listen.
I'm not going. Leave me alone. I said leave me alone.
Let's see. What did I miss in chat? Smartest for things that need to know more than what to kill. Yes, that is exactly the item. The concept is just, yeah. You're building a machine that's just supposed to walk around, find things, and shoot them or crush them. You don't need much more than that. I tried a 2-player Terminator shooter at the theater last week. Died because I couldn't shoot at the Terminator on player 2's side. Yes, you're talking about the Terminator Salvation arcade game, I do believe. We have one at our local place, and unfortunately, player 2's gun does not work, although the screen does. That's my partner's favorite arcade game. She absolutely loves that. She can kick my ass at it. When I moved out, I distributed it across 3 different alleyways. You think they give you a 1911 because of the 45 strong Terminator memes? Yes! That is precisely why they give it to you. You will see throughout the game that this game, it does a good job with the fan service of not making it, like, it's done without giving most everything, like, extremely special reverence. There's a lot of references that are just there. They're just presented. It just kind of happens, but it's not a whole lot of the... There's very little in the way of, like, the, oh, look, here's the, let me hold up this shining thing as the, this was, like in Colonial Marines, they did that a lot, where it's like, oh, you can get Hicks's shotgun and Vasquez's smart gun, and it's literally like, it names it like, oh, it's Hicks's shotgun, and it's better because it's got this, this, and that, so on and so forth. Lord, do they ever say how the machines handle the cold? Nope, not addressed as far as I'm aware, at least. I am a Terminator buff, but I'm not the kind of Terminator buff that's read like every comic book and every novelization and so on and so forth. But the only example of how the machines handle the cold in most of the stuff that I've seen is the Terminator 2 climax, where they liquid nitrogen the cop Terminator and then shoot him. But it's the T-1000, so as soon as it touches lava, it just melts back down again. Okay, I said leave me alone. Well, I already know what this is supposed to do, so I'm just going to be the good guy, because I am just a big Resistance soldier, and I need to ingratiate these people to the Resistance, so they will potentially join later on, because, my god, we need the bodies.
I know you're scared, but staying here is not an option. I'll protect you and your sister, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. I'm Jennifer, by the way.
I've heard there's an evacuation point near here.
Yeah, I know. My people are organizing. We're heading there right now. I'll take us there. Come on, let's go. Where's the rest of the Resistance?
I don't know. I came here looking for them myself.
Let's see if I'm missing anything.
So it's just you
Nope.
then?
Just those two. Okay. Ingratiate him to Soylent Green.
This way.
I thought Pasadena was safe.
It was. Until all the soldiers were pulled out from the area.
Ah, exposition.
Through here.
Oh, moving punch child. Yeah, no, unfortunately, there's no Mass Effect style silence the doctor option. I cannot choose to simply punch people in cutscenes or interactions. If they have nuclear power, it would be warm. Yeah, I don't know what their power... Because the only time I think they talk about their power cell is Terminator 3. Ah, that music too, man. It is so just... Lord Grimos, I'm excited for that RTS game set in the Terminator's universe coming out soon. Yes, I am too, except for the fact that it's set in the Dark Fate alternate universe, I think, so I really hope they at least do a cosmetic pack or something to
Has she seen the annihilation?
do all the old school shit,
Seen it.
but
She's been on the other side of it. She tried to warn us, but listen.
everything that I saw of the videos looked like it was all from the new Resistance and the new fungal Skynet.
Outrageous of you to finally join us. Where's your father?
He's not coming.
God damn it. Tell Ryan that we need to leave now.
Don't forget to loot the bodies. If they're sparky, that means they've got useful things inside them still.
Just let me think.
Jennifer, thank God you're here.
Yeah, rather unobservant. Absolutely. But it's also one of those sort of things where I think that Skynet just kind of assumes that they'll burn them all out eventually. I don't know what the... This is probably just some advanced force, so they're probably trying to push through, kill everything opportunistically, and then... like, if I were Skynet doing the Annihilation Line thing, I would send advanced forces like this, push way through, and then establish a line outside of the Annihilation Line, and then move the Annihilation Line up to that point with all the humans trapped in between, and then you can just shoot them as they try to run past the second line that you've established, so...
Oh, you're from the Resistance. Thank you for making sure that Jennifer and Patrick got here safe.
Are you the guy I spoke to on the radio?
Nah, I don't think so. I haven't been able to reach anybody for a while now, but listen, I know that Colin wants us to go, but I don't know how I feel about leaving anyone behind. Jennifer just got here, and you said yourself that you heard someone on the radio. There could be other people out there. Don't you think somebody should go and look for them? I mean, you're from the Resistance. It's your call.
I am for the Resistance, and as I said, we do need bodies.
I'll search for other survivors.
Good, I'll get the bus ready. Before you go, talk to Erin. She might be able to get you a med kit. Oh, and take this. You'll probably need it.
Ah, Uzi 9mm. Excellent. Did I just level up? Did I? No, not yet. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Do they kill animals? That's a good question. I mean, obviously they kill the guard dogs in in Kyle Reese's Future War flashbacks in the first one. I know they killed the guard dogs, but I don't know if that's a case of they will kill every living thing or just things that they perceive as threats. But you don't often in any Terminator or anything in the Future War see animals of any kind. So I don't know. Good question. That man has every pen left in the world. Yes, he does. What do we got here? Let's see. 3 identical ballpoints and then some sort of Sharpie. These cutscenes are almost identical to an arcade on-rail shooter near the nearby bowling alley had. Yeah, no, there's a lot of this pays homage to not just like the Terminator movies, but the other Terminator video games that were out.
Ryan told me that you might have a med kit for me.
Did he now? So I guess he's the one who rations out our supplies. If you really need it, you can have it. But our supplies are scarce, and I'd rather keep it for a real emergency. So you tell me, do you really need it or not?
Hell nah, I'm an ultimate badass.
I'll manage without it.
I'm glad you're more brave than Ryan.
If I was Skynet, I would have just released multiple viruses and bacteria and sat on my ass, saving my resources. Yeah, I don't... that's probably just another one of those cases, like, if you really ask somebody in the lore, they would have been like, oh, Skynet was only ever in control of like only ever built to manage these elements of the military, including, you know, vehicle operations and whatnot, and had no access to the bioweapons. But you would think eventually, but whatever. God, I do love me a fucking grumpy old doctor character in anything.
Chasing
Doc Cottle.
ghosts. That's what we do now? Fucking hero.
Fuck you. Skynet is an AI. I can see lateral thinking like that being a real issue for it. Yeah, that's kind of what I always thought too. I mean, you would think that something with a modicum of, like, actual... Oh, shit. Oh, no. Am I gonna just die right here to this fucking spider scout? I am, aren't I? Oh, no. Don't hit your reload button when you're in the middle of firing at something, kids. What I would have loved to have answered is how Microsoft Vista evolved into Skynet. See, that's the thing. Vista was just always very, very pissed off. Okay, inventory. So you can have 4 weapons in any of these slots. Right now, the only ammo I've got is small caliber, which will fit either the 1911 or the Uzi 9mm. Important thing to note, 30 damage, 33 damage. So you actually do more damage with every shot from the Uzi. Not that that 3 damage, I think, really makes much of a difference. But it does have 30 shots in the clip? Okay, we're just going to go with that and call that a Doom reference or something. Okay, archives I don't need to read right now, aside from, yeah, Escape from Pasadena. I'll read that later on. And yeah, I am going the right direction. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to stick with the Uzi for the time being. Occasionally I might switch to the 1911 if I need more bullets, but that shouldn't be an issue right now. So Spider Scout there, and an actual spider right there. The armored spider. It is damaged, but it's got miniguns, and man, those things hurt. Okay. Hey, imagine being the guy who gets a Makarov for a handgun because you know those turds are going to survive the apocalypse. The Resistance gets their hands on anything they can, man. Pretty much anything that glows red, the little eye, that other thing that was in the back of it, any of those are critical strike spots. So I'm just going to keep backing up here. I don't know if they'll come after me or not, but that other Spider Scout over there was coming for me. How much did I damage that thing? About half of the health that it had. It's still looking my direction, so I'm going to wait for it to turn around before I shoot back at it again. Because those critical shots really do matter. There we go. Come on. Let's see if he walks towards me again. Nope. I'm sorry if I wind up fucking with the AI on occasion, but it is just so easy and so fun to mess with. Did you play Generation Zero? Are you talking about me? If not, if you are, then no, I have not played a game called Generation Zero or anything similar. There we go. That is how it's done. It is much easier to deal with those once the armored spiders once you get some explosives. Or, alternatively, laser weapons that don't care about the armor quite as much. There's one right in there.
Hello.
Hey! Good evening, Brush King. Welcome back.
What I miss? Anything good?
Just getting started. Doing some basic scavenging, meeting up with the extraction point, and going to look for one last survivor that ran off or just got separated somehow.
Okay. This is your first night playing, so this is the beginning of the game?
Yes, this is essentially like a prologue, where you just get a handful of weapons, you meet a couple of characters, and you get introduced to the basics of the kill, shoot, stealth loop.
Alright.
Anyone there?
But this is the vast majority of the game, is this sort of thing, where you're just kind of going around
No one's here.
searching for trade resources or other useful things. Which later
Makes
on,
sense.
later
This
on,
is,
you can swap that all for other resources that actually benefit you. Go ahead, sorry.
Because in this game, I don't know too much about it, but you're not like actual like full-on military. You're kind of like a survivor.
Your character is a member of the
Resistance kind of
Resistance.
thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it is like, no, it's not the remnants of the actual military, because I think it's been so long that most of the military has been wiped out, and that would have been Skynet's first target, would have been all military. But yeah, it's like everything has gotten so bad that the Resistance is just people who stockpiled enough weapons to continue surviving. And possibly people who came across old military installations, but it has been long enough that, like, already at the start of the game, when you finally run into Resistance members, the first weapon they hand you is a plasma rifle that they reverse engineered from Skynet's tech. So, like, even though nobody is actually military, yeah, it's like, it's a secondary military that's formed out of people who were not truly military in the first place, but have adapted.
Gotcha.
Let's see, what did I miss in chat? A person! Oh, Brush King. Yes, indeed. Brush King is here to keep me company. Anyone errors with bandwidth issues? Yeah, please tell me if I do seem to have issues with the bandwidth, because I've never tried streaming something like this before. It could be bandwidth problems, or it could be my computer may not actually be strong enough to handle streaming something like this. Let me read through the chat again really quick. I'm glad to know even AI killbots aren't immune to the sheer might that is small arms fire. Well, until you get to the Terminators, yeah, there's a bit of a cutoff in what you can and can't hurt with small arms fire, and that's where you need to have something like the laser weapons eventually. Ultimate weapon against Skynet, Super Soaker full of piss, and now the flowers will grow. Hello, I heard this was a simulation of when BPL's butt bot finally became sentient. That is absolutely correct. You feed a robot enough butt sounds and eventually it just wants to kill you.
Point not far from here. You need to get there fast.
No.
Honestly, that'd probably make a pretty fun game.
What's out there?
What, the butt bot one?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to get us. You have to destroy it.
So many farts everywhere.
I already took care of it. It's safe now.
Oh, thank God. Thank you.
Let's see. Clans versus Skynet with no rules. Who wins? Clans. That's just... I'm sorry, that's just a case of the scale of conflict. Like, pretty much everything... The best stuff Skynet has, like the HK tanks and the HK aerials, are essentially par for the course of your average clan warrior in, you know, an HK... An HK tank is probably no larger than or about the same size as a Mad Cat, for example, and it's just got, what would that probably be, the equivalent of 2 pulse lasers, and that's pretty much it. Maybe some missiles.
I'd love to see some elementals rip into some Terminators, though.
Oh, fuck yeah. No. Yep, leave it to the rednecks. You were saying, Thunderclap? Oh shit.
I'm out of ammo! Grab, come on, let's clear the path.
Shit, I don't have any med kits. I might die here. We'll find out.
This one's for you, Pop! I'm out of ammo!
There we
Jennifer, what's the holdup? Tin cans coming! Jennifer!
Get in.
Go, go, go!
Skynet should have just bombed the TP factories. 2021 showed us how insane the world would fall apart without asswipe. Yeah, good point. I think TP actually is a trade resource that you can find in here. Dual wielder, it may not be just you. It totally could be either my bandwidth or my computer not being able to keep up with streaming. If anybody else notices that, please do let me know, just so I can get a grip on how bad it is, or I can always look at it later on, but still.
Mark's about to pass out. We need to stop soon.
Okay, we'll do that.
What year is this set in?
Good
I don't
question.
think we've been properly introduced.
It's
I'm Ryan. That over there is Aaron.
it's supposed to
He's the
be.
doctor.
It's the timeline where Judgment Day
Jennifer's the
started on
scavenger, and
1997.
Colin,
Um,
well, you can ask him yourself what he thinks he does.
I'm Jacob,
Uh,
private from the Resistance, Pacific Division.
Pacific.
considering
You're a
that when you
long
meet
way
John
from
Connor,
home.
he's probably
What you doing
about
down here?
mid 40s to
Division was
50s.
wiped
It's
out.
probably been
Trying to get in touch
20
with
to
the South
30
Division.
years since
Got a message for Commander Barron.
the war started.
So it's true.
No. To
The
be fair,
annihilation
Skynet
line's
can't be a
coming?
very
It wasn't
good,
the
all-consuming
It was something
AI overlord if it can't
what
wipe out
was it?
To
humanity
be
in
honest, I'm
decades.
not sure myself.
Yeah, I kind of thought that
God
also,
damn
but
it. That's as far as this piece of shit
the
will
main
go.
thing is, like, you kind of get the
Let's get
vibe
off
of
the
it
road.
once
Pull
you
up over there.
get into some of the more urban levels, that it's like humans are like rats, where they will just hide in holes everywhere. And
We got some time on them, so let's not lose our heads.
let's see.
I'll be on the fucking lookout for tin cans. Aaron, you do what you think is best for Mark.
It.
I'll
I
see
had
what
the
I can do
same
about
sort
the
of thought
bus.
when I was thinking about doing like a
Jacob,
Terminator
It
RPG
might
at some
take a
point.
while, so can you look
Um,
inside and see if it's safe to stay?
Sure.
Jennifer, would you help me?
Sure.
Let's see, Lord Green must have seen it stagger like twice, but Twitch has been iffy in my area. It's only every now and then. Just starts lagging when there's action. No idea what it is. Yeah, like I said, it could totally just be my computer not being able to handle it. It might actually also like be stuttering on my own screen, and I'm just not noticing it because I'm used to shit like that.
These cutscenes seem to be a little choppy, I'm noticing.
And when I move around, I've got like my frame rate might just be kind of low for one reason or another, like I said. But anyways, yeah, I thought about that. It's like even when you look around at this, it's like the nukes went off and there's still half of every building practically, and there's skyscrapers and there's all kinds of ruins all over the place. Even though in some cases it looks like it's just completely blasted and barren, it's like every one of these things could have multiple levels, multiple basements, all kinds of shit like that. And so Skynet is doing what it is doing in the game, and you actually do deal with it in the DLC. The Annihilation line is just a line that Skynet has established where they're just moving across the country and burning every single thing in their way, just razing every single thing to the ground and replacing it with Skynet's own like proprietary buildings. So it's a very, very, very slow process, but it's just kind of getting the job done eventually. Okay, so the skill system is, if you've played Fallout, you're familiar with this sort of thing. You get XP as you go up, and you get perks. I mean, this isn't exactly Fallout, but you get the idea. Civi addressed that in his game, where it's like, okay, you got lockpicking, you got hacking, you got a basic crafting system, some things that improve like your toughness, and then the more important ones are just the things that let you kill things better. So, to start, am going to go with a lockpicking 1. Generally, in completing this game, you want to always get the highest lockpicking and hacking as quickly as you can. Predominantly because that allows you to get into areas that have more resources than what you'd be able to get from any of the other perks. And often, I think hacking and lockpicking, I think, actually give you experience points anyways. So you get more perk later on down the line if you can pick and hack every lock and door, basically. So, lockpicking it is. Let's see. We also have plenty of crazy and reclusive people who live 200 miles away from the middle of nowhere, so there'll be a few tens of thousands, if not a couple million people still around across the world. Yeah, exactly. Only the major population centers could have gotten nuked. You can't nuke every single little thing on the I think the explanation was that Skynet actually nuked Russia first to make Russia nuke America, and then used its remaining nukes to nuke the rest of America. Um, and that's where everything starts. So it's like it's not like the entirety of the United States is just a complete wasteland. Just most of it in the main population centers. Okay, so if you guys are talking about it being jerky kind of like this right here, I'm actually seeing that on my screen. So it's probably just partially the game not being completely optimized super well, which it's a very budget game, so I kind of just give it a little bit of, cut it a little slack, but
I've been patient with you for the sake of this group. But you had one job today and you dropped the fucking ball.
I don't have to listen to this shit.
Sure, walk away,
So
asshole.
if Russia got nuked, and then nuked the U.S., and then Skynet nuked the U.S., is there any information on what happened to the other major landmass, like South America, Africa, Europe?
I've got no idea. That could totally be one of those things, kind of like with Fallout, where you just really don't talk about it and you just leave it be, because that just makes it much more convenient. But
No one knows.
what was that?
It's just one of those things where, like, no one knows.
Yeah, kind
Everyone's
of.
dead.
Exactly. Everyone's dead, and then like one of the first things that I thought of when I was like, okay, I think I might want to do a Terminator RPG for some friends was even in 1997 we had the internet and we were starting to develop like a satellite communications network. And I was just like, what happens if satellite gets all of that? And people would probably realize that very early on that, no, we don't want the robots to have access to all of that and easily hack that and control all communication across the world. So either Skynet owns all of that communication by now, or someone has done something to destroy all the satellites in orbit, I would think, or at least cut off all access to those satellites. And so there probably isn't any form of international communication from the United States to anywhere else. So, yeah, frankly, all the other stuff might be fine, but...
Ooh-wee. All this for us?
That's how South America
Oh,
saved the
did I
world.
startle you?
Yeah,
By just being
exactly.
too unimportant to nuke.
And then they just came back up and recolonized later on. The entirety of the Brazilian Navy just like makes its way slowly up to America, and then starts having a fight with the with Skynet from offshore.
Are you always such
That
an
would actually be a
asshole?
fairly interesting
what?
concept.
Mm,
Now that I think about it, I guess I am.
the Paraguay
Since we're
Navy.
stuck here, I figured I'll go see if anything's creeping around the corner.
All
I
the
figured if
cartels
we were looking for the resistance
teaming up
where
for a
I'm
new world
heading,
order.
They used to have
Yeah,
bunkers.
exactly.
I wouldn't mind backup while I'm out there. So what do you say? Buddies? Talk to Ryan and see if he needs anything. I'm moving out now. Let's meet at the bridge. And don't make me wait, will you?
Buddies, as long as you're killing machines and not us.
This might come in handy.
Kind of looks like a budget Jason Statham.
Yeah, kind of.
This will do some damage.
Hey, look, an M16, just like the one Sarah Connor used. Let's see. Missed a little bit in chat so far. Only American Russia, yeah. Australia probably got invaded by robot emus in this timeline. Probably. So which is more interesting, Homefront RPG or Terminator RPG? Are you talking about like a tabletop RPG wise? If so, I haven't read the Homefront RPG one yet, and I'm a sucker for Terminator, but that's 50% because I really, really like the man versus machine concept, and 50% just because the future war aesthetic in the original movies and in this game are just like, it hits me so good. I don't know. Okay. What's up,
Thanks
kid?
for helping us in Pasadena.
Yeah, no worries. Did I miss anybody else? Oh, Jennifer. Sup, girl?
Hey, thanks for earlier. If it wasn't for you, I probably would have started completely freaking out. And that wouldn't have done anyone any good. Patrick's been through a lot, you know? I guess we all have. I just wish I could find something that would take his mind off all this. At least for a moment. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Yes, the conversations.
Were there any resistance in Pasadena?
They were stationed just outside of town since I can remember. But they moved not that long ago. We tried to convince ourselves that maybe we were safe so they didn't need to be there anymore. But apparently we were wrong.
And your dad?
What about your father? What happened to him?
He protected us from a tin can. We were able to sneak out, but he had no chance. When I looked back, he was lying there, dead on the floor. I'm sorry, I don't think I'm ready for this.
That sounded a little bit hesitant. We'll see. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's a bunch of highlighted messages. If memory serves, they use radio for long-range communication and have submarines, so they could Pony Express that ship if they had to. Yeah, that is totally possible. Again, one of those sort of things, it's been 30-something years. I don't know if Skynet may have been able to send hunter-killers out or something like that. For all we know, there might be Skynet submarines and shit. Which, that's a scary thought. Personal headcanon. Europe is a slugging match of trench warfare where surviving NATO and pact countries are just duking it out with Skynet forces. Africa and Asia are the usual example of defense in depth and guerrilla warfare. Continued headcanon. The Middle East is a bit of a crapshoot with more city-state situation going on. I would accept any and all of that if I were to run a tabletop with this. Jason Statham at home, yeah. Dance PV, well, Homefront is not really a tabletop. It's going to be more like homebrew tabletop because there are only 2 games on it. Okay, so yeah, you are talking about the Homefront Red Dawn, but with Koreans instead of Russians video game. Yeah, I enjoyed those well enough. Again, like I said, I am a huge sucker for the Terminator franchise and the concept of it, so I would be far more likely to go with that. If I were going to do anything vaguely Red Dawn themed, I frankly would just stick with Twilight 2000. I have the new edition and it's fine. GURPS would be amazing for a Terminator RPG. Well, there actually is a Terminator RPG that just got, is just being fulfilled after its Kickstarter. Sorry, what were you going to say, Brush King?
I'm pretty jealous. I didn't get to, I didn't back that and I haven't purchased it. I've got the original in a box that my dad gave me because he would use it back when he was in the military for their sergeant's time.
Mm-hmm.
And they recreated themselves and actually played out their squad in the Twilight setting.
Oh shit, nice.
So I've got character sheets of himself and a bunch of his squad mates stashed away.
That's awesome. I just got interested in it because I am also a sucker for Cold War Gone Hot scenarios, and so I bought the just off eBay. I got the 2.2 version and then bought the new one because right as I was getting interested in it, they announced that the new version. Also, quick side note for anybody that might be interested in playing this at some point in the future: when you are here with the Resistance, or with the not the Resistance, but this little scavenger group, when you use their supply locker for trade, everything is a fair trade. See, you can buy a pipe grenade for 65 or sell a pipe grenade for 65. Same thing with all the weapons and whatnot. So anything that you can buy or sell right now, do any and all of it, because that's not the case later on with other markets. You actually do have the you can't profit later on, or you can't even get fair trade later on. You pay more than what you get for the same things. Dual wielder Lord Grimwas. Every blade of grass and every tree has a Pan-Asian gorilla or a soldier, and you hear the Germans laughing at Skynet and artillery from the trenches. Yeah. Plot twist: Afghanistan is doing just fine. They just have more scrap metal now. Might not even know the world ended. Can you imagine turning HK aerials just into technicals? Let's see. There should be Skynet's. Skylet definitely has sub-hunter robots. Yeah, I can't imagine they don't. There should be Skynet subs, and submarines do need servicing. Where would there be yards left to do that? I think that's another one of those, like, probably would have been hit with nukes in the first place. You nuke Seattle, you nuke a huge portion of the United States' ship manufacturing and repair for just, like, trade ships and things like that. So, 2 birds, 1 stone. I can certainly see logistics for any survivors to be a nightmare. Yeah, exactly. I do like that they added that in this, where this is just a little supply locker where it's just a couple of scavengers trading around the things that they have, whereas later on when you get into the actual resistance, you have to pay exorbitant prices for things because you're not dealing with just a couple of friends trading shit around. You're dealing with essentially a military logistics chain that is trying to keep everyone supplied, and so you can't just walk up and take whatever you want from it, and all of it's like anything you find is expected to be like tithed out. Essentially, you need to give out of what you have so that everybody else can have a little bit. You can't just expect to bring something and get the equivalent back, because everybody needs to put it all together. Okay, talk to Ryan.
Seems the repair might take a couple days. How's it looking inside?
There's a lot of supplies there. Looks like someone left them for us.
Nah, seems too much of a convenience. Better keep your eyes open. But speaking of supplies, we don't have much, but we keep everything useful inside this crate. You feel free to look through and pick up what you need. Listen, I know that finding the resistance is your #1 priority, but if you stumble upon a set of tools while you're out there, please bring them to me, okay? I must have lost mine during the escape. Good luck out there.
Yeah, shit like this also is just the, yeah, you can probably find craftsman tools everywhere, except for everyone has already scavenged everything. God knows where all those tools are at now, and nobody's making craftsman shit anymore. Dual wielder. I feel like Africa will be left semi-alone because they pose no threat whatsoever to Skynet, and Australia was probably glassed for all the mines, but the Kiwis are probably becoming an island fortress like Taiwan, and Japan is probably the HQ of the Pan-Asian Alliance due to their high tech. I could totally see pretty much all of that. Yeah, Australia would be something that would probably be a very, very quick, like, 1-0 Skynet's first conquests internationally if they attempted it. Everything else, all the other militaries would be either so condensed or just so many people that it would take significant amounts of resources. And that's also the case in somewhat for the Australians, but the Australians don't have the benefit of, like, it's difficult for allies to actually help them out in the first place. So if Skynet just sent a massive invasion force there and seized it and turned it into a fortress, then they've got the mines there to keep digging shit out. I feel like some Aussies would still be kicking rather violently, but otherwise, yeah, this is on point. Yeah, that would be kind of a case of, like, I feel like the Australians would wind up being like every game of Castle Wolfenstein of any sort where you start inside the castle and you're just running around causing mayhem inside this Nazi fortress. I feel like it would be the same sort of thing, where you just have a massive Skynet fortress and then just handfuls of Australian guerrillas and rangers running around causing havoc all the time, and then they just go out into the bush and get lost.
Can I help you?
I heard your conversation. Yeah, I know. You think he's an asshole too. I appreciate
What
that.
was that with Colin?
He was supposed to take care of a package back in Pasadena. Relying on him cost me my antibiotics, my pills, and possibly that man's life. But there's nothing we can do about it now.
Discount Eli. Yeah, I never really thought about that. Kinda. He doesn't really have the personality, but
What do you think about Ryan?
Ryan? I heard him fumbling through that speech back in the bus. You have to excuse him. Usually Jennifer's father welcomed the new arrivals. I guess Ryan thinks he has a new role in this group. If that's the case, then we should all be worried.
Do you need help with anything?
No, I'm fine. I had to learn to do things by myself for quite a while, sweetie. Now, tell me, what did you really want to ask me?
What do we want to know? Do we want to know about the Annihilation line, or do we want to know her backstory? What do you think, Bush King?
Probably backstory, I'd say, just because I'm always good for lore.
How did you become a doctor?
Like anyone else before the war. I studied.
Do you
Not
get
that it
to ask about
matters,
the other
but
one
I'm not
after?
technically a
I
doctor.
don't think you do,
Judgment
actually.
Day got in the way.
Sometimes they kind of like,
But not only
I think that they kind of sometimes merge after a certain point. Like, you kind of get the
I
same
was
story.
scared when a bunch of us got captured
Gotcha.
by the machines.
Like this right here,
They
I
thought
think.
it would be worth having a doctor in there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that the other story leads to that point also, where you can ask these same questions. What happens at these camps? Who else was in that camp with you? Pick a line, Brush King.
What happens at these camps?
What happens at those camps?
People get tortured, experimented on, cut to pieces. I couldn't watch at first, but I soon realized that I had to do what no one else could. I had to bear witness to the atrocities. You're actually the first person that wasn't afraid to ask. They're all scared of me, like I'm carrying some sort of disease. But they're still coming to me for medicine. Ironic, isn't it?
There you go. This isn't exactly a happy game.
No.
At,
No, I see that.
at no point is anything actually very upbeat or heroic, except possibly like the last 5 minutes. Everything is desperate, and everything that has led to this point has been very dark and very grueling. Inland Mad Maxing continues in Australia, either unknowing or uncaring about the robots that sometimes show up. Oh shit, I want that head as a hood ornament. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I've never actually geographically looked at it. Where are all of the mines in Australia generally located at? Are they kind of sporadically dotted throughout all the bush, or are they mostly like where the metropolitan area is more on the coast?
This is Rivers, over.
Yeah, I see ya. I found myself a lookout spot. No sign of any tin cans so far. Couple of crawlers, but nothing you can't handle.
Okay. Yeah, let me check my inventory really quick. Pipe bomb on the offensive, zipper bag on the defensive, and yeah, let me... Yep, that's fine. That's my 2, and that's my 3. There we go. And 40 damage to 33. Alright, sweet. It's a little goofy, but I like that little, your save game typewriter version is this classic compadre.
Cutting edge back in the day.
Yeah, Bleeding Edge in 1997, the compadre computer system. Let's see. What can I craft right now? Med kits. What do I need for this? Explosives, metal scraps, chemicals, but I also need chemicals and fabrics. How much chemical do I have right now? Not very much. I'm going to save those for pipe bombs later on. Because pipe bombs are... explosives are excellent at hitting the more durable... show the map. Pipe bombs and explosives are excellent for hitting the more durable Skynet things.
You go about your business while I stay here and enjoy the view. And please don't...
You can't just M16 your way through everything.
Oh yeah.
No. Certain classifications essentially are the main thing being the Terminators, but also like the larger things like can I actually get like no, that doesn't need to do anything. The larger things like the HK aerials and HK tanks and similar things are impervious to small arms fire. Okay, I'm gonna wait for those drones to come back and see if I can't pop them with that fuel tank. Yeah, so Terminators of all types and the tanks and armor targets are immune to small arms fire, so you have to use explosives or lasers.
When you're shooting, I thought you need all the advice you can get.
With the exception being the shotgun that you get at a certain point is able to, if you can basically point blank hit a Terminator with it, it will knock the Terminator on its ass, and it will take it a second before it reboots. It doesn't damage it, but before you get lasers and a lot of explosives, that can be a useful way for like just carrying it around with you when you know there are Terminators around. In case you come around a corner into one, you can at least knock it down and run away. Ooh, shit, he saw me. Give it a second for that to go down.
Like knock it silly.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like in the, I think in the first movie when they're in the Tech Noir club, that happens where Kyle just blasts the Arnold Terminator with a shotgun and it knocks it down for a little bit, and then after it kind of resets itself and stands back up. That's the kind of thing that you do. Is he right next to... Yes, he is. Nice. The fuel tanks also give experience points. Oh, highlighted message. I imagine that Skynet's forays into the Pan-Asian lands are like the Vietnam on crack, with tunnel networks miles long and hollowed out mountains like the Swiss do. Speaking of the pacifists in the middle of Europe, I bet they would be part of the main defensive belt, but also the fallback besides being an HQ and industrial powerhouse. Possibly, yeah. Okay, there's another fuel tank down there. And nothing else inside here for now. You might occasionally see me flicking these goggles like on and off really quick. It, Unreal Engine and similar things like this engine often have issues with generating, like rendering and holding enemies and things rendered, so often they will not spawn until you get close to them a certain distance. So part of the way they deal with that with the goggles is you don't actually robots don't actually like show up at long distance with the goggles. They kind of fade in, but also even close range ones, sometimes if you're sprinting around and you're moving too fast, you might move into a cell and have it not really drop anything right on you, but like very close to you, kind of unexpectedly. So it's good when you're running around to just kind of occasionally check the area in the direction you're running so you don't sprint right into the middle of something that's going to kill you. I think I can hear... Yep. I heard the little digital sounds this thing makes. Where does he fly off to? Oh, ways that way. Does he come back around here, though? Not right now.
North Korea is probably having a pretty great time during all of this.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Yeah, can you imagine? You've seen those videos of the parade march with North Koreans where they just have, like, battalions of people with RPGs? I can only imagine that as soon as Skynet comes out, they just send wave after wave of random chuds with RPG sets at them and just start blowing them to pieces with just volley fire RPGs. Oh, hey, look at that. Speaking of the devil, give me that Remington shotgun. That goes on number 3, traditional shooter numbers. There we go. So the Swiss have been turning their already nightmare to invade country into a fortress and have been amassing ridiculous amounts of weapons that made the whole country a bunker. Yeah, pretty much. Can I? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's wait for this fucker to come back, shall we? Yeah, after all, the Swiss Guard also have halberds. Don't forget that. Eat it, fucker. Yeah, unfortunately, the Remington does not slam fire in this game, but it's very satisfying either way. Where does this lead to? Okay, this area. I now have more ammunition for the hell did I just hear? Looks like I got more ammunition for the M16 than I do for the Uzi at this point, but I'll just keep using the Uzi just to get rid of the use up the ammo while I can. Ooh. Mr. Canis just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you for that fart, my friend, and thank you for the subscription. My crippling addiction to horribly cheesy action movies is making this setting a lot more comedic than it likely should be. Yeah. No, I'm... Whoa. I get you there. Some of it later on, especially once you get to the night missions, and especially once you get to the DLC, get a little bit, not necessarily dark, but it's just very, a lot of it is very foreboding, kind of. Like, some points in this game, even after I've played them several times, just still kind of give me a little bit of anxiety just because of the atmosphere.
A dog?
A dog? Oh, yep, there's another one. I can hear that. Better stay quiet. Okay, it's right outside that door, so I don't need to engage it right now. But I do need to make sure it doesn't hear me. Welcome to Big Jeff's, the home of the Big Bun Burger. Check number 81, server Nancy. Hey, I think that's Sarah Connor's friend that got murked. Gratuity. No thanks, you smell like an ashtray. Nice, real nice. What's the dog doing? Let's see. So imagine this, the Vatican is being invaded and you witness the convoy of Terminators get decimated by some pissed off Swiss mercs and Italian militia. Yeah, exactly. You get me.
They may be rifle-proof, but are they halberd-proof?
Exactly. Halberds, Lunchknecht, and Italian militia. I am all for that. God forbid they try to fuck with the Civil War reenactment group and get the cannons. The cannons and the gats. We are approaching EMP Ninja Stars levels of militaristic assumptions here, Grim. Eh. See if I'm missing anything. Oh, yep, there's a soap. Everyone in the apocalypse always wants soap. Okay, he's still just stomping around over there. Ooh, a kitchen. What do we have here?
Militarized the Pope Mobile.
Militarize the Pope Mobile. Oh god, yes.
Desperate measures for desperate times.
Secret Vatican, holy APC and MBT columns. Oh my god, wouldn't that be a sight? Okay. Nope, no cabinets up there. I think I can actually... Wasn't there... Yeah, right there. Okay. So if I just get him to walk... Yep, here he comes. Here he comes. I love this shotgun. I'll go loot that body later on. Il Papa has commanded the Holy Vatican Army to protect Il Vaticano and only Il Vatican. Yeah, oh my god. That would be a sight to see. The Terminators try to invade the Vatican and the entirety of fucking... the entirety of the fucking Vatican military just castles inside of it. Locked from the other side. Locked. Oh, nice. Okay. Is there anything over here that's gonna see me? Nope, not right now. Okay, let me go get... Where's that dog? Locked on the other side. Let me get the dog really quick before I,
What are you doing
Dog
here,
companion?
boy? I know
Yep.
a kid that'd take care of you.
not a companion for you. Jennifer was...
Your radio's on. Or was I supposed to hear that? Fucking creep.
Fuck you, Colin. Yeah, Jennifer was saying that the kid had been kind of not doing well and needed something to kind of keep his mind off of everything that's going on. So she asked us to keep an eye out for either she asked us or we just had the idea to find something to kind of get his mind off of everything that's going on. So, okay. Get a little bit of food, maybe some baking soda, baking powder, or something like that. More water, more booze. Whoop, did I? Yep, there's one. I already came through here. Check over here. Oh, I already went through here also. And it was... Ah, here we go. I went through this locked door. The other kitchen. Borax, the cleaner of the future. Ah, yes. Bed pills. Excellent. Second only to floor pills. Dog meat puppy version. Do we know if Skynet uses artillery? Skynet does use artillery in the form of missiles, rockets, unguided rockets, and also guided missiles and things like that. That is a mission later on in the game. You do some recon for the resistance to figure out where several Skynet missile installations are, and to mark them for the resistance so that they can be aware of for further missions later on down the line. I imagine the Pope then uses authority and calls a holy crusade on the demon machines of Skynet and opens the holy armories full of next-gen tanks and armored vehicles, as well as millions of tons of ammo, all in ancient catacombs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is like all of that, but I do feel like they would probably try to castle inside the Vatican, at least for a certain amount of time, until they ascertain what's going on, and then, yeah, you'd probably have well, you'd have crusade, fabric, small caliber ammo, and traders. Okay. Yeah, you'd probably just have, like, small crusade bands go running out in armored columns.
Look at that. It kind of looks like you.
Fuck you, Colin. Oh, God. This guy. You sure those pills were meant to give larger bones? Zimzams? I don't know. Next to a bed, my friend. They could be. They could also just be painkillers to help someone sleep. They could also be acid reducers for someone with, acid reflux, you know. Fuck you, Colin. Well, fellas, time for bed. Night all. Good night, Engineer Bierski. You have a good time, my friend. Mark 1 Pew Pew laser weapon win. When I meet the resistance. We'll get to that eventually. I just like to be a little bit thorough, especially on the extreme difficulty. You really do kind of have to be thorough just to make sure that you do have enough resources to kind of survive the end of the game. Not that the end of the game does become much more actiony, but there are many points along the way where you'll find yourself needing quite a lot to be able to deal with the enemies that are thrown at you, even in those action segments. And once you hit the Terminators, even when you have plasma weapons, yeah, you do need some pretty hefty hardware to take them all down. And if you look at that, this nice little Mad Max mobile is, I believe, pretty much exactly modeled off of the one from one of Kyle Reese's nightmares from the first Terminator movie. Is the stream lagging for anyone else? Let me know if it continues lagging or if it gets better. There's really not anything that I could do to change it if it does. But I'd still like to know just so I can try to address it for next time. How bad is the lag for you guys? Oop, fuel cell. Okay, sweet. Earlier it was just a little bit at a time, right?
Yeah, it's very spotty. It comes in and out.
Okay. Oop. Yeah, that totally could be my, like, straight up my internet, but my internet service is pretty alright. Although I did, in doing what I was doing with the, whoa, shit. Fuck you. Ah, fuck. Okay, it's just another scout. In doing what I was doing with moving my computers and everything all around, I also had to move my router, and it may be that it's like not having consistent power and whatnot. Generation Zero might have copied this game. Maybe. When did it come out? This game has not been out for particularly long, about 3-ish years now, I think. Ah, excellent. New skill point. Yeah, I've got one more. Okay, so I already got that. I think I'm gonna go with crafting. No, I think I can leave that for now. Oh, by the way, this was something that I meant to point out earlier on when I was talking about there is a level cap at like level, I want to say like level 30 or something like that. But these fast learner things are absolutely a trap, because all that does is make you reach the level cap faster. And like I said, if you're even just kind of relatively thorough, even on the highest highest difficulty, which limits your experience points, you will still cap out before the end of the game. So essentially, by dumping those points into there, all you're doing is getting yourself to the cap earlier, but with 3 less perk points to spend on everything else. So it's kind of a... It really doesn't behoove you to do that. I'm going to go with Explosives 1 for the time being, because I can take crafting again sometime soon, but I'm not really hurting for stuff right now, but that will drastically improve the value of... What's that do? 25% extra? And allows me to disarm laser traps if I run into them, so... Yeah. Okay. Gen Zero was 2019-2020 game, because I remember playing it shortly before the pandemic. Oh, okay, so these were basically being developed simultaneously, so no, I don't think either one of them copied one another. Let's wait for these guys to come back. I think I actually need to go back a different... Okay, with this right there, the two... Oh, I'm not too far off from where I thought I was, so I'll just go back over that direction and find that resistance base over there in a second. We'll just take out these two really quick. Okay. You fight robots either way. Oh, okay. I'll have to take a look at it at some point. How was Generation Zero, do you guys think? I'll come back to this later on and raid all of it at a different point. This is the armored spider I killed earlier. Oh, shit. Oh, God damn it. Okay, there we go. Little assholes aren't hard to kill, but if they get up on you, sometimes it's a little... If you start running out of ammo, they can do quite a lot of damage just right off the bat. I think I also killed another.
In that warehouse wall from here. Use explosives to get yourself inside. Or
Okay.
find some other way, I don't care.
Yeah, fuck you, Colin. It's great. I like it. The giant robot fight is intense sometimes. Would Skynet invade Iceland and Greenland? I mean, eventually. The goal is to destroy the entire world, or to kill all the humans, so... If we could muster a full team of 4, I don't know if it gets over that, then we could have some great Ox fun with it. Yeah! No, I say go for it. I'll take a look at it myself. Maybe I could join you guys sometime.
Skynet was just in charge of the American military, right?
Who was?
To start off with? The Skynet? It was an American thing, right?
Yes, I think, but also, who knows? It wasn't really addressed in the first 2 movies, and it's one of those things of like, are you accepting Terminator 3 as canon? Are we accepting everything in Salvation? So on and so forth. Most of the stuff that people consider like the quote-unquote good stuff, like this, don't reference Terminator 3, for example, at all. That one said that Skynet was just software. It was only software. It was the internet. It was through everything. So, in that context, it absolutely could have just been all over the place. It was... I think I remember, like, the Terminator 3... Terminator being able to, like, hack people's cars and things like that because they had the computers on the inside of them, so I can't imagine that thing not becoming global immediately. But in the older versions of it, in Terminator 2 and everything else, I don't know if that was ever really addressed, frankly.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fairly unfamiliar with Terminator, other than I'm sure I've seen the first couple of movies when I was a kid.
Yeah, don't forget to pack. Food containers, water barrels, plasma rifles, plasma miniguns, plasma ammo. I don't know what this last one is. Yeah, no, that's one of those sort of things where it's like, so because it deals with time travel, and the movies and other media have actually gone for the whole like, oh, it's different timelines and everything. There's a lot of stuff that contradicts itself in subsequent pieces, so you never know. Creepy little dolls. Some douchebag came up with the bright idea to use mannequins for target practice. It's fucked up if you ask me. I just don't like shooting something with the face. Plus, they creep me the fuck out. Me and Joker were keeping watch yesterday. It was so dark we couldn't even tell the difference between one of the mannequins or a Terminator. They look too much like humans. I'm always on guard around these fuckers. Joker said, now you know how me and the guys feel. You gingers are blurring the line between man and machine. You have no soul and you're rusty all over. What a fucking comedian. I feel like I remember that note being different in previous versions. Interesting. Check that table.
An attack order signed by Commander Barron. And it's only from a couple of days ago. Are you there?
Yeah? Did you find anyone?
Not yet. I'm going to the second spot. Maybe they're there.
Whatever.
Fuck you, Colin. Oh, shit. Okay. 2 of them, it looks like. I don't think the other guy heard me. How are these things not able to hear me? For scouts, they're not very perceptive. Oh, okay. And then I say that, and well, that's why.
Fine,
Yeah, that's what I get. My hubris has been punished. Okay. Trade resources, fabrics. Loot this guy's body. Chemicals. Shoot the weak point at the red eye. Yep, already got that one down. Let's see if I missed anything over here. Energy cells. Electric parts. More fabric. something to lockpick. Oh, shit. There we go. There's a fuel cell over here, but there's nothing. Okay. Continuing on. Oh. Pick that lock. Get that experience. Fabrics, trade resource. Fabrics. Sweet. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the area that I was at first, so that I can continue on from there.
I find it funny in games like this where it's been a significant amount of time and there's still stuff that you're just finding in containers and just on shelves abandoned.
Yeah, and I kind of thought the same thing. You can hand wave it, obviously, with just that you're not really finding all that much.
It's gonna be too bad in this particular case. But
Yeah, it's like
in other games and stuff, like the Fallout games where it's been 300 years, but no one's ever wanted the stim pack that was in the medicine cabinet.
exactly. You do still find quite a few, like the med kits and whatnot, but part of the implication, I think, is like all of this area that you're in, Pasadena and everything, the other characters talk about the fact that this was all inhabited by humans, kind of just living their own life, doing their thing until like a week or two ago. And then something happened and everybody had to evacuate. So I don't think it's so much that this is all left over from this isn't left over from before the war and never got scavenged. This is stuff that got scavenged but then got left behind in the scramble to get the fuck out before the machines came. So you're just picking up after the scraps of everybody else who's already collected it in the past.
That plasma storage ain't a promising sign. Don't you guys usually destroy them on site?
Plasma storage? Oh. Okay. Yeah. Right, so something that happens in this game on occasion is you will, when you're wandering around doing these things, you'll run into Skynet installations where they have they've essentially set up a little post and they've started shipping in plasma, just so that they've got extra energy hanging around already for when they continue building things later on. So there is a little bit of like a just optional. If you've got the resources, you can go try to fuck up.
Alive.
Just checking.
You can try to fuck up something else that often they will have, like this one has a plasma turret hanging out over there, which is way more dangerous than most everything else that you've dealt with so far. So it's kind of like a semi-high risk, high reward. Typically lots of experience from it, and also usually that's where you'll find like Skynet often will have their own ammo chests and things where you can just get a shitload of plasma ammo and things like that. LA Pulse. Friday, August 29th, 1997, World News. When a spokesman for Russia's Ministry of Atomic Energy was asked about the origin of the seismic event that took place at a Russian nuclear test site about 2 weeks ago, he responded by saying, "I don't know what seismic activity they are talking about. Russia has voluntarily discontinued any nuclear testing and has stuck to this decision." Yeah. No comment. Chemical compounds. Is there anything else in here? Oop, Peel's here. Just open that really quick. That just leads back out there. Does that go up? No. And no enemies down that way. Oh, there we go. Sweet. Let's see. Oh man, I missed quite a lot in the chat. Looks like most of the Generation Zero. I feel like if Skynet hasn't left the North American continent, the Mediterranean would be locked down by multinational force and assault defense line in the mountains of Central America, and lots of small island bases and depots to prep for raids on the mainland. Probably, yeah. Oh, that's a turret. Yes, yeah. That's what I was... Sorry. That's what I was talking about. But it's on the other side of those fuel cells, so if I destroy everything else first, that shouldn't be a problem. And that guy stands over by those. Can I... Oh, that's going to take a lot of ammo. Oh, no. Aha! They not... Okay, one of them heard me. I'm just going to go, like, over here. And see if he will just leave me alone. Nope. Come here, you little fucker. Okay, there we go. I still like imagining the Appalachians be another shit show for the bots with just constant hit and run combat and banjos. Yeah, essentially. I feel like the main issue with it typically is just going to come down to the fact that once Skynet developed the actual like Terminators and HKs and things like that, it oh, I forgot that I got more ammo for that. Once Skynet developed the stuff that was essentially impervious to small arms fire, then you've got the problem of the only people that can take down Terminators or anything Skynet are the people who can produce homemade explosives and people that have like 50 cals and similar things, which there's still plenty of out in that area, but
So much for staying low key. Fuck it.
not like it's your problem, asshole. Excuse me while I just drill a bunch of rounds into these containers and have the robots just almost entirely ignore me. Okay, that's all of these scouts and everything from down there, so I'm going to go and engage that turret. Get the shit out of here. Who puts boards up like that? One thing that is quite nice, the turrets don't have a hacking device. Turrets can't hear you. They don't have ears. They can only see you. So you can just kind of get behind them and... There you go. Problem solved. Yeah, I know it's Appalachia, but it's just one of those sort of things. Not every single person is able to make... which I'm sure that it would become relatively common knowledge, but the materials and so on and so forth might not be as easy to come across as simply picking up the gun that everybody absolutely has in their home ready already. So... Nope. Oh. There we go. What's behind door number 2? Med kit. Some ammo. Okay. Soap. People always need more soap. It's the apocalypse. Hygiene is important, you know? Okay. More chemical compounds. Fabric. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Let me just,
Oh yeah. I'm sure that won't draw any attention.
Not today. Oh, right. Okay. So that's everything there. Let me see what else I've got on the map. Need to go across this way and look for tools for Ryan. Okay, I'm gonna go do that really quick. I think I got everything out of here already. Yeah. check this area, make sure I didn't leave something behind. Departing gift. There's a shotgun in the trunk of that police car in front of the building. I left it there for you. Take it and learn how to use it. The Annihilation line's coming, and some more and more Terminators will start to show up. The shotgun won't kill them, but you'll at least be able to knock them down and escape. Oh, and make sure to reload after every shot. That's a thing with shotguns. One other thing, I swiped the gun from the Resistance. Saving the speech, those assholes keep all the guns to themselves, but we need to protect ourselves too. Sabers of humanity, my ass. Okay. Well, I am a member of the Resistance, so I am just going to repossess and reacquire that shotgun.
If you already have a shotgun, is this one just trade good then, or
No, it just gives you ammo.
repair? Okay.
I think. Actually, no, I think it does give you the whole shotgun again, and you can just sell it later. Let's see. Yeah, there's no, yeah, it is an individual item, so I can just drop something like, I don't want to drop those, do I? Let me just get rid of the small caliber ammo. I don't really need those. Primitive shotgun. There we go. Oh, I've got a perk point. I forgot about that. That is going to crafting. That means that when I get the next chance to go back to the camp, I should be able to buy a bunch of materials and hopefully make a couple more pipe bombs. Pipe bombs are the lifeblood of... Whoa. There we go. Pipe bombs are kind of your bread and butter for dealing with larger targets until you start building up a stockpile of plasma ammo, and even then, the plasma guns that you get often don't, in the beginning, until you get the ability to really upgrade the shit out of them with some high-level Skynet chips, they often don't do the damage that you really need to do to reliably put down Terminators in a couple of shots. And it is a dangerous prospect to just be leaving yourself out in the open, continually shooting at the Terminators, because they'll cut you down real quick once they see you. Yep, here we go. Ammo. No Terminators. Am I going the right way? Just need to go the right. Here we go. Okay. Sweet. There we go.
I assume there's a fucking good reason you're going exactly the opposite of where you're supposed to be?
Ryan asked me to look for something.
They kept it simple where it's just simply trade resource and not
Yeah.
a bunch of various junk items that you gotta manage.
That was something that I was talking about very early on. I do appreciate, with regards to that's a nice change that they made to the Fallout style shoot loot loop. Is I get what Fallout 4 was going for with the, oh, every item is a crafting resource if you just make it work like that. But it really does get kind of tiresome when a huge, especially in the older Fallouts, a lot of the time there was tons of stuff that you would want to pick up because you wanted to sell it later on, but man, it was a pain in the ass to go back through your inventory and like actually go figure out where it all went and sell all the individual things like packs of cigarettes and borax and other shit like that you picked up. So doing this kind of... Did that kill the... Oh, nice. I got the spider without even hitting the fuel can. Oh, good night, Grimos. We'll see you next time, man. Thanks for joining. But yeah, it's like there were always shitloads of things that you would totally pick up just to sell. And then you just have to go through the rigmarole of figuring out where they are in your inventory, trying to get them offloaded, having to schlep around with them for, you know, long periods of time. And it just became more of a hassle than anything. I do love a good inventory system, especially a good limited inventory system on occasion, but that's an element of the Fallout games that I feel didn't really get rectified with Fallout 4, because now you're just picking up every single thing, and later on having to convert it into its materials for it to be of any use to you. So I kind of like this, where it's just like you're just picking up various individual crafting materials in the same way that they would be broken down in Fallout 4, and things that are simply just not useful to you in combat or for crafting are just automatically turned into money. And it's still all kinds of things. It gives you that feeling of like, oh, I'm going to pick up, you know, I'm picking up some water, I'm picking up some booze, I'm picking up some soap, and so on. Rock. What is that rock doing? Is this Skynet's new secret weapon? Did Skynet develop telekinesis for its robots? What is this?
It's like a tumbleweed.
Yeah, no. Tumble rubble. It stopped. What are you? Is this like a car fender or something? Doesn't really want to seem to move now. Alright, I guess I'll leave it, but I'm watching you. Anyways, go ahead, sorry. Oh, what were you going to say, Brush King?
I was just saying that was very random.
Yeah. Of all the things to have happen semi-glitchy wise, that was a bit of an oddball. Kind of funny, but anyways, yeah, I like the loop in this with regards to the way that you pick things up and they just kind of get turned into whatever they are. It doesn't detract from, it gives you the feel of scavenging, it doesn't detract from all the other stuff that you're doing, but it still does give you some tangible result later on down the line. Oh, fucker. There we go. Aha! There we go. There's the tool set for Ryan. Oh, poor guy. Yeah, there we go. Environmental skeletelling. Environmental storytelling skeleton. Always necessary in these games. Oh, I missed a medkit thing. Nothing else here? No, okay. Carrying on. On to the final objective for this mission.
I'll let you finish your stream on your own. It's 1 p.m. by myself.
I did.
I'm gonna take off for the evening.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for joining me. I'll probably just finish this mission up and call it anyways, because it's getting to the point where I should probably do that. But thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed your time.
Of course I did. Alright, you guys have a good night in chat.
Mm-hmm. See you next time, man.
Alright, see ya.
Speaking of the chat, I haven't read that in just a little bit. Let me see here. I think Rage used to do the same thing for valuable junk you could sell. It was consolidated into one pile in your selling menu when it came to trading resources. Yeah, that works. Because people need him, the prick must go to their aid. Environmental skeletelling. Yes, exactly. There you go. That's what I was going for. Whoa. Shit. What's looking at me? Oh, okay. It was just a spider scout. Go on, little Spidey boy. I'll get to you in a second. Skynet spooters.
Hey, fuckhead. I saw some movement in the factory.
Resistance?
Nah, it looked like a scavenger. We aren't too far from our new hideout. Maybe it's the guy who lives there. You know what?
Maybe.
I think I'll introduce myself. The least I can do for leaving us all those resources.
Careful.
I might even give him a thank you card.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea, Colin. Okay, what did I alert? Just another spider or a spider skill? Or, is it armored spider? No, he doesn't. I think he's looking at me. Okay. Colin is asking to get killed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you guys get me. Of all the things you want to be doing to someone who's just hanging around out in Skynet territory, do you really think sneaking up on him and just tapping him on the shoulder and going, "Hey, how you doing, buddy?" Do you really think that's going to go over well? Okay, come here, little asshole. Oh, God damn it. he ran away. Okay. Check over here, see if there's a fuel cell over there, maybe. You. If there's one thing I know about spiders, it is that they certainly cannot climb stairs. Surely. Yeah, they did a really good job with the mechanical sounds for them also. Yeah, I don't see a fuel tank over here, so I might have to take this thing out just with my guns. Oh, shit! You saw nothing. Just hang out, bud. It'll be fine. Just shush. Whoa! Okay. God damn it. You'd think I'd learn. Okay. Let's see. 7 pipe bombs. Yeah, I can afford to. Let me just... 69% Nice. Yeah, you just stay right there, buddy. There we go. That'll do her. Yeah, you are absolutely right. Whoever it was that said it before, there's nothing quite like a shotgun ambush. Or specifically a Remington shotgun ambush. Okay, we unlock that. Open that door. That spider is now dead. See if I missed anything in these areas here. Whoop, there's those. Whoop, that too. I think I picked up most everything up here. There's no other ledges I can really jump to, so just pop back down. Yeah, there's another spider scout over there. I will get that momentarily. Dead Trickster. If I was Scavenger Man hanging around in Skynet territory, I'd think anyone sneaking up on me was insane and would probably kill them before they killed me or got me killed. Yeah, exactly. That was exactly what was on my mind the first time that I heard Colin say that, and I was just like, oh god, you dumb fuck. Gotta go, guys. Should probably head to sleep. It's going on 9 a.m. here. Well, you have a good rest of your night, Dual Wielder, if you can hear me at this point. Maybe if they were a bit smarter and started sending more units to investigate areas where the units come missing. Yeah, that is the one thing that, on one hand, I totally get why they segregated out the unit communication in this game, because it would be really shitty if this is supposed to be such a very limited resource scavenging game like this, and they threw in some, like, the only way that you could realistically do that, not really realistically, but like a budget title like this that I could see them doing it, would be doing the thing of like, oh, you alerted somebody and there's a command thing here that calls in more units, and then they just spawn semi-infinitely, or you just make a huge problem for yourself, and then the issue is you either don't make the reward of that good enough to make it to where people want to kill all of them, or you make it to where there is enough of a reward that people want to trigger that intentionally just to get more experience points and whatnot. So, come on. There we go. It's like there's kind of a no-win scenario with that, sort of like something causes, calls for reinforcements on the radio and spawns a bunch of shit in. I don't think that they'd be able to implement it very well. And then the other side of that is actually having like all the units on the map converge on your location and trying to deal with some other form of like determining whether or not the units should continue coming and more in-depth spawn or stealth mechanics. But I don't think that's what they were going for, because it's supposed to be a semi-survival horror and action game first and a stealth game second. So it's not like you're playing Hitman or it's not like you're playing something like Hitman or Splinter Cell or something similar. So probably just a matter of intention. Here's the other one. Nope, fuck off. There we go. I think I've said it before, and I love this shotgun. Alright, into the second resistance base. Nope, shit. Full health? Yep, full health. Come on over, buddy. Walk a little closer. Yeah, speaking of shotgun ambushes. Oh, shit. There we go. As long as you can get a critical hit on those things at least once with the shotgun, you generally have it pretty alright. Ah, lovely Mad Max vehicles. Resistance knows their shit. Nothing to loot here? No? Okay.
No guards. Not a good sign.
Trade resources. Candles? Eh, candles. Cute. Medkit, some ammo, some metal scraps. Nope. Let me continue looting before I craft anything. So I can use all of the materials. Plenty of pipe bombs, that's good. Whoops. Get around the door to be able to move through the door frame. Okay, now, crafting table. Oh, I don't have enough explosives yet. Shit. Oh, well. Well, for the time being, I think I'll actually just bank all of those materials, because I'm just gonna, once I'm done with this, the next objective I think is just to leave.
Looks like they were keeping an eye on an old university hospital not far from here.
Good to know.
They must have moved on to that hospital. All right, I've got everything. What's the status on that factory? Colin? Can you hear me? Colin? Shit.
Oh no, would you look at that? Colin got himself in some kind of trouble and he won't answer. Didn't see that one coming. Don't worry, I'm sure he's fine. He's a big badass with a tank top and an M16. He'll do alright. Let me level up my skills really quick. It's not level 6 yet, so I'm going with... I'm gonna start moving my stealth up just a little bit. Come on, turn around. There you go. Oh, that's a fuel cell right there too. Ooh. Does he just stand right next to it? Yeah, basically. Gotcha, bitch. Let's see. Colin either got shot or got his lights punched out. Yeah, probably. However, I'm just designing and printing parts to turn a chip vac into a giant vacuum cleaner with a floor nozzle. Ooh, nice. Barrier of Chaos. I say something is using a skin suit. It's like you've been wearing an Egger suit. I saw Men in Black. I know how this goes. Colin is now secretly a giant cockroach. Ooh, shitloads of trade resources. Nice. Thank you, people. Skill book. Oh, gosh, I forgot that was in here. Or, like, forgot that was even in the game. Nice. Okay. That was unexpected. Let's put that into weapons. I also, generally, this is just my own taste, but I ignore all the toughness things also because I kind of like the, I like the feeling of being relatively fragile, especially when the Terminators are involved. So going all the way up, especially once you hit level 24, if you max out all your toughness, you get health regeneration. You can take twice as many hits. So it's a bit much. You are still relatively delicate like that, but I enjoyed the survival horror aspect of this, and I feel like that kind of takes away from that vibe a little bit. Main giveaway. Colin is suddenly much nicer. We'll see. Open that already? Yeah, okay. Oh. There's a spider scout. That's free XP. Come here, you little fucker. You gonna move? Nope. Oh. Huh. Shit. So, about that free XP thing, I think he's stuck on top of that. That's interesting. I've never seen that before. It's kind of cute. Come on. There we go. Okay, did I miss anything else on the way over here? Any other enemies? Did I miss a part on the map? No, that looks pretty much everything. Okay, sweet. See, I thought I saw something on this table, but I could have been tripping out. Nope, just clipboards. Nope, there's those fucking mannequins they were talking about. God, those things are creepy. Okay, continuing on. Okay. Like, those, they're not going to start following me, are they? Okay, into the factory. Let's see where Colin's at. Anarchic Doctor, not putting points into toughness just adds to the challenge. You're as durable as an uncooked spaghetti noodle and your fighting machine's made of metal. Yes, you get me. This is certainly not Resident Evil by any means, but like I said, I like to enjoy it kind of as a pseudo-survival horror with action elements. So, it's nice to be fragile sometimes.
Colin, where are you? Can you hear me?
Quiet. I'm following that guy. Something's not right about him.
Oh, so he's not dead yet. Give it time. Something's not quite right about Colin either. That is a very nice power strip. The they got the wrong end of that cord though. That's the side that goes into the computer, not in the wall.
Shit, he got away from me. I'm trying to see. What the? Ow!
Colin! Talk to me,
Oh,
Colin!
what the hell? Place your bets. That guy following Colin is a Terminator. Well, you got money on that. We'll find out. Nothing's showing up on Terminator Vision.
God damn it.
Ah, shit. Well, there he is. Sucker's bet, huh? You wanna rethink that?
Jacob Rivers, marked for termination.
Ooh. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there's
you
one
all
mystery
right?
solved.
Jacob?
And a new one.
Jacob!
Oh no, Jason Statham at home. Yes, poor Jason Statham at home has breathed his last. Oh dear Colin, we hardly knew ye. And frankly, I'd have it no other way. You were an absolute asshole. Garvar, okay, I just lost all power. What, you mean like your house just lost power? Resident Evil 4 Merchant 5 Stranger, yeah. What are you buying?
Hours later, they found me lying in front of our hideout. I made it out alive, but not all of us did. Colin's dead, and the stranger I saw is nowhere to be found. I told them about everything. I said that it wasn't safe for them to be with me. But Jennifer suggested that right now, nowhere is safe, so we might as well stick together. Everyone pulled through as we prepared for the worst. But nothing happened.
Who we get to stab people now? That's probably the doctor's job, frankly.
How long have you been sitting there?
Not that long. I know that you're going to that hospital today, so I went on my first scavenging run. And I found something for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you go with your sister?
Excellent. One bullet.
No. As soon as Erin heard that there's a hospital nearby, she asked Jennifer to go look for some medicine. So I went alone. Don't tell her that, okay?
She's already at the medical district?
Yup. And Ryan wanted to talk to you.
Rifle cauterized the wound. That's why he's not bleeding. But damage to the skin made the burn prone to infection. That's what we need to worry about.
Wow. You're really smart.
I learned all that before the war. And thanks to Judgment Day, I didn't even have to pay off my student loan.
God, if only, if only. What did I miss? I'm just saying, Jason Statham really likes knives in his movies. Yeah, and so did that guy too. Oh God, we forgot to get his knife. Damn, we still just have to use this fucking lead pipe. Yeah, using a laptop and mobile internet, but all power just went. Oh shit, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Do you think that's gonna come back up sometime soon, or do you think that's like a rolling blackout in your area? You can use that one bullet on yourself. Nice. I know, right? Wonder if that's supposed to be a message. Okay, so get rid of the... Don't need... So first off, I don't need two of those. Don't need two of those. And I think this is just going to rapidly become obsolete, so I'm going to get rid of that also. Keep all the medium ammo and the shotgun ammo for now. And all my materials. First order of business, buy all of their materials. And buy their pipe bomb, because same value. I think I'm good on ammo for now. Med packs are always useful. And actually, it'll be possibly worth, like, not worth more, but more expensive later on. So I will take more shotgun ammo, and I'll leave that medium caliber ammo for now. But I'll take the lockpicks just in case. And I'll accept that transaction. And now it's time for a little bit of the, oh god, did they really not have more explosives? Damn! Tough fucking economy, man. Well, how many do I have? 10 of those? Those go pretty quick. I'll make a couple more. 4. And then save the rest for pipe bombs if I get any explosives. We'll see how that goes. I don't think there's anything else. No. Oh, where's that one bullet? Small caliber ammo. That's going in the box. Thank you, kid. That may buy me something later on. Take a little chat
Morning.
with the doctor.
Patrick came to me earlier, asking if I thought you'd like his present. When I saw that it was a single bullet, I wasn't sure if he was being helpful or if it was a warning. I figured he didn't appreciate you looking at his sister like that.
Let's see, Garvier. No storms here at all, so rather sudden. Well, I was going to town soon anyways. Guess I'll just go a bit sooner and hope to see everyone in the evening. Yeah, well, shit. Be safe, man. I hope that's not something that's long-term for you. I hope that just gets over quickly. How is Mark doing?
How's Mark doing?
Not great. We barely have any medicine left. But hopefully Jennifer will bring back some antibiotics from that hospital.
Yeah, or I'll have to go do it for her.
How do you feel about Colin's death?
What do you want me to tell you? That I feel guilty? That I care? Right now, I'm a little more concerned with the living than the dead.
Fuck yeah, Dr. Grandma.
Do you think you could help more people by joining the Resistance?
Honey, maybe ask me that question when you finally find them. Because for now, I don't think they even exist.
Yeah, I mean, I'm standing right in front of you, and I assume I still have a Resistance outfit on, but, okay.
About that camp.
What do you want to know?
What do you think, chat? What do you want to know about? You want to know what she did at the camp, or do you want to know how the machines managed to communicate with her? Give it a few seconds, see if somebody's got a preference here. Machines? Okay, sure.
How did the machines communicate with you?
There was this one machine. We called it Nurse Ratchet. It was designed to look almost friendly. It wore an awful, smiling, rubber human face. At the end of every week, it took the weakest of us for experimentation. My cellmate, Karen, was pregnant. I knew that was a one-way ticket to the grinder, so I had to plan an escape.
Did Skynet ever notice she was pregnant?
Well, we tried to keep it a secret, but when she started showing, they informed me that after the birth, I would have to kill the baby. Otherwise, they would execute the whole cage. The baby came early, and Karen died giving birth. She didn't even get to see her child. I had to take action. Me and one other prisoner took the child, and we got to the disposal room, where we covered ourselves with dead bodies. Then we just lay there, waiting for them to throw us out. And they did. They dumped us outside the camp, ready for the grinder.
Hard fucking core.
Were you still behind the annihilation line?
Yes. We couldn't find anyone for days. We thought we were the last of the human race. Just the two of us and a baby girl. We ran to protect her, but deep down we were preparing for the worst. Anyway, you're healthy, right? And your bones don't look broken, so stop bothering me.
Well, there you go. Thunderclap Sasquatch. Design look friendly. Nurse Ratchet. Pick one. Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, you're off again? I'll see you later. I'm gonna stay here and help Aaron.
Okay. You do that.
Okay, now sit. Roll over. Fetch. We've got a lot to learn.
Having a little trouble there, kid?
Jacob, thank you for finding him for me. I promise I'll take good care of him.
Oh god, he's giving me the Kubrick scare.
What should I call him?
His bedside manner talk. Yeah.
How about Max?
That's a good name. I like that.
Ha! Terminator 2 reference. Not obtrusive, though.
You wanted to talk to me?
First of all, thank you for bringing me that toolkit. That bus should be ready in no time. Good to see you finally turned the corner. I wanted to talk to you. I'm starting to get worried about Jennifer. It's been a while since she left, and at my age, I try to worry as little as possible. If you see her out there, send her back, okay?
Sounds good to me. Dog's name may be Max, but I'll still call him Dogmeat. Yeah, I think he's got similar colorization to Dogmeat too, doesn't he? Or, you know, the modern Dogmeats at least. How's that bus?
How's that bus coming along?
I'll make a run again, don't worry about it. Besides a couple of rusty rotors, it's got a whole lot of character. The question is, where do we go from here?
Let's see, Kai Harper. It's really weird to me that there's so little expression in these faces when they're talking, especially. Yeah, it's that's to me purely just a case of this is a very, very budget title, low budget title, from a company that was universally reviled because of their last game being so terribly received. I think it was the Rambo on rail shooter, but the main thing is, like, when you go through the game, they put all of their budget into other places. They made some decent looking faces on people that were all pretty unique and made them likable with the voice acting and the writing, and it just kind of called that good enough. I mean, the models, the actual character models, are pretty nice. Their textures aren't awful. The actual facial modeling is pretty good. They've got plenty of character in the details of what they're wearing and so on and so forth. So I totally get where you're coming from, but that's just one of those sort of things where I'm glad that they put the money into the places that they did. I'd rather have it this way as opposed to, like, you know, I think it's one of those things where they realize nobody can have Half-Life, like, nobody with their budget is going to try to have Half-Life level facial animations.
Do you remember Judgment Day?
Yeah, no, I do get you though, Kai.
Right? I'm that old. My memory ain't as
Oh,
good as it
water
used
break.
to be. However, there are some
I will do so
images
right after we
that
finish this conversation.
My brother Tucker hitting on this lady guard, or people covered in mud. But for the life of me, I can't remember the name of that band.
You have a brother.
I did. Older brother. Well, he was an 80s man. We didn't have tickets to the concert, but he knew how to charm a lady. She let us in. Well, him. I tagged along like I always did. Yeah, it was one of those outdoor festivals. When we got in, we decided to climb this metal tower to get a bit of a view of the stage, you know. So as we're watching this band play their hearts out, we see a burst of bright, ugly light. I went blind for a while.
Couldn't you look away?
Well, there's no escaping it. It lit up the sky, lighting every peak and ridge of the nearby mountain range. Something only a nuclear bomb could do. My bloodshot eyes The only other thing I could see clearly was people below me being crushed. The tower we were clinging onto started shaking. Finally gave in after the shockwave from the explosion. I closed my eyes and it started falling onto the people below. Now, what am I thinking of? I'm usually a lighthearted guy. Why don't we talk about something more positive?
Again, hard fucking core.
I remember the name of that band now. It was Captured by Robots.
That's cheesy as all hell. Okay. I'm just going to do this so that it transitions to the medical district really quick, and after that I will get out and save the game, because I think I am... Yeah, exactly. You want some chips with that cheese? How about a little bit of wine to go with that cheese? While this is loading, I'm actually going to put my headset down momentarily, and I am going to behave with what Sergeant Nubbles redeemed the water break. So let me go use the restroom really quick, and then I'll grab some water, and then I will drink that water on stream just for you, Nubbles. Okay, now let me grab my water bottle. Okay. Sorry that took me so long. I had already drained my water bottle, so I had to refill it really quick. Water break. Redeemed. Whew. There you go. That was rough. Oh yeah, on that topic in Arctic Doctor, something that you might get a kick out of is a company called Gale Force 9. They're the people that publish and produce the miniatures for a couple of different games, Flames of War, Tanks, the World of Tanks game now, and so on and so forth. Guys, shut up, I'm fine. I'm good. Anyways, the one of the products that Gale Force 9 has, it's an April Fool's product that you can only get every year on April Fool's. It is the wine and cheese pack, where they're little tokens, like one token of a little wine bottle and a whole pile of little cheese tokens. They're made out of plastic. They're adorable. But the idea is so that you take those with you to a tournament or something like that, and if someone starts bitching about something, you offer them a little bit of cheese to go with their whining. Get it? Whining. And if someone has a unit that you notice is particularly cheesy, you drop the wine token next to it and say, would you like a little bit of wine to go with that cheese? It's lovely. I love it's dual purpose. It's wonderful. Okay, so let me just get into here. And quest updated, I think. That should have saved my game. So, I think I am actually going to call it for this evening as far as Terminator is concerned. It is, 11:41 my time. So, I think that's about enough. I don't want to go too late and keep myself up way longer than I need to be. So let me pull this on back. Back to the main menu. Oh, God, that fucking face gets me every time. So, let me turn down the audio just for a little bit while I'm talking. Anyways, thank you guys all for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your first glimpse into the neat world of the Terminator Resistance game. I'm going to try to make this a regular thing. I don't know if I am... I might go back and forth with, like, every other week. I might do painting and then the Terminator thing, since I'm only on here every other Tuesday. But I may just keep up with this. The painting is difficult for me because sometimes I go very manic and just absolutely want to paint all the time, and so I might as well just do it on stream too. But sometimes it gets where I'm a little burnt out and I have difficulty when I'm forcing myself to paint, not simply because I really want to, but just because it's something that I, promised that I would do to somebody or I feel obligated to. So right now I'm just in one of those times where I'd kind of like to just take the painting easy and do it whenever I really feel like doing it and not try to force myself to, just because I have the stream coming up. But this Resistance is something that I can play pretty much any time and enjoy it. So with that, I think now that I can breathe again correctly, I am going to sign off. And yes, I probably will be going to bed. So again, thank you all for joining me. As always, you guys have a good rest of your evening. Stick around and lurk if you want to help out the page, and keep on coming back for any other of the fun that the rest of the WBPL has. Oh, also, before I forget, let me do the... Let's see, I think this is the right code. Does this do it? There we go. Might as well plug the auxiliary Discord. If you are interested in joining the WBPL 76's auxiliary Discord, or, the BPL's auxiliary Discord, where anybody is allowed to join and hang out with other members of the auxiliary and play some games and chat about whatever you feel like, go ahead and pop on in and see what you think. I just hit the button to add it into the chat, so there's a link there for that Discord server. Several of the other people that stream on WBPL 76 do kind of hang out there on occasion, and there's tons and tons and tons of other people that you can always interact with, many of whom you may have seen on stream already. So, without further ado, I am going to put up the outro card and give you guys a little bit of nice jazz to kind of round things out for the evening, since you didn't get any as part of the intro this time around. So, all right. You guys have a good rest of your evening, and I'll see you on the next time.